Cold Feet by Susan Eames. Once upon a time, there were a king and queen. Most of the time, they were very happy. The only trouble was that the king was terribly untidy. He would keep leaving his clothes all over the palace. "If you leave any more clothes lying around," said the queen one morning, as she picked up a jumper, some hats, and a coat off the bedroom floor, "or lose your socks again, I'll, I'll, I won't make any more special fruitcake for tea." And she stormed out.
"Oh dear," said the king to himself, "I'd better not tell her I have lost my crown and my socks. I couldn't go without my fruitcake. I wonder where the crown can be."
And he sat down on his throne to have a think. Ow! The king leaped up again and looked at his throne. There was his crown.
"Well, at least I have found that."
He put the crown on his head and sat back on the throne.
"Now where have I left my socks?"
He thought and thought and thought. It was no good. He couldn't even think where he'd left one sock. He hunted all around the royal bedroom, under the bed, inside the chest, on top of the wardrobe, even all through his dirty clothes. Not one sock to be found.
"Dear, oh dear," said the king. "I dare not tell the queen I have lost them. I shall have to think of a reason for not wearing them, that's all."
Then he had an idea.
"I know. I'll issue a proclamation. That's what kings do when they are in a spot of trouble."
Next day, all over the palace there were large notices proclaiming,
"No socks to be worn in this palace for a week. Signed, the king."
People were rather surprised. But if the king told them to take off their socks, then take them off they must. So for a week, everyone in the palace and everyone who came to the palace went barefoot. At the end of the week, the king, very pleased with his idea, was getting ready to write out a new proclamation to carry on for another week, when the queen came in looking tearful over a large bundle of assorted socks.
"Something the matter, dear?"
asked the king as he signed his name with a flourish. "It's all these socks," said the queen, shaking her head. "Everybody who's come to visit the palace this week, the milkman, the postman, the baker, the king of Belgravia and his son, they have all had to take their socks off and leave them in a pile on the doorstep. But the socks always get mixed up and they all look alike. Nobody can find their own, so they keep going home barefoot."
"Never mind, my dear," said the king. "At least the sock maker in town will have a lot of work making new socks for everyone. Now I'll just go and get this new proclamation printed."
But at that moment there was a knock at the palace door. "I'll get it," said the queen. "I expect it's the postman." She came back in a few moments with a letter and a large parcel. "They're for you," she said, handing them to the king.
"I'll leave the parcel till last,"
he said, opening the letter.
Well, 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 what a surprise! It's from Fred Needle, maker of best quality socks."
"Is he pleased with the work he's been getting?" asked the queen.
"Well, he says, 'Your Majesty, I've been making socks night and day for the last week and I'm very tired. Please will you cancel your proclamation and let everyone keep their socks on again, because I need a rest. Signed, Fred Needle, sock maker."
"Poor man," said the queen. You will cancel the proclamation, won't you?
No, no,
said the king hurriedly.
I couldn't possibly.
And he quickly opened the parcel. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was a box full of socks, different colors, different patterns, some short and some long.
By Jove,
said the king. These are rather nice, much nicer than any of the ones I lost.
than any of the ones I'm not wearing at the moment.
They are from Fred Needle, said the queen, reading the note which was inside. He hopes you will like them so much you will want to keep them on your feet and cancel the proclamation.
Splendid,
said the king, beaming from ear to ear.
I'll wear this pair today and that pair tomorrow.
But what about the proclamation?
Cancel the proclamation,
said the king. Hooray, said the queen. I'll make some fruit cake for tea to celebrate. And she rushed off to the kitchen. The king tried on a new pair of his socks.
Wonderful,
he exclaimed, wiggling his toes.
It's going to take me a very long time to lose all these.
And he tore up his proclamation and went off to the kitchen to wait for the fruit cake. And here the story ends.
Bye bye.